Hello there, welcome to my views and news. Three news stories for you. Again, before that, I have not been able to do live chat for the last 2 days because of being on the move. Hopefully, we'll resume live chats very soon. Three news stories. First one is from the Amhara region, where a Fano command has announced the start of a new operation. A few weeks ago, an advisor to Ethiopian PM mocked Fano. He used a term for Fano to make fun of Fano. Now, Fano groups have announced to launch an operation with this term, under the name of this term used by that advisor. Secondly, Oromia region of Ethiopia, where talks collapsed between military, government, and OLA fighters a few days ago. And now government has announced new decisions about action against OLA. And thirdly, 2 days ago, arms embargo on Somalia was lifted. I could not tell that. I could not share this development with you. So I thought of saying a few words about this development. Firstly, viewers, Amhara, a region of Ethiopia. Daniel Kibret is the advisor to Ethiopian PM. He is very close to the Prime Minister, is always at the forefront, backing, propagating government's narratives, whether it was about Tigray war or about operation against Fano. He's the one who is always leading, to the extent of issuing statements, obviously. A few weeks ago, when a conflict in the Amhara region began, Daniel Kibret used a term for Fano called Jawisa. He made fun of Fano by calling it Jawisa. He meant to say that Fano did not have any real significance. Now, Fano groups have announced that they want to start an operation by the name of Jawisa operation. Mere Wodajo is a top of Fano commander. And around 24 hours ago, he was interviewed and he talked about the start of this new operation called Jawisa operation. Mere Wodajo mentioned use of drones by Ethiopian Air Force. By the way, I told you 3 to 4 days ago that a new air campaign against Fano had started. Mere Wodajo confirmed use of drones, but he said that it was last option being tried by PM Abiy's government. And the drones were not producing any results for military. Rather, drones were responsible for killing civilians in the Amhara region. He said that on the ground, Fano fighters are winning, and use of drones by ENDF shows the defeat being suffered by military. So I think that drones are producing some results for Ethiopian military. That is why perhaps Mere Wodajo acknowledged the use of drones, though he did not acknowledge that Fano fighters were suffering losses. And he said that very soon Fano groups would achieve their objectives. So we can sum up, by the way, viewers, that the conflict in Amhara region has entered a new phase, and that is military's drone power versus a Fano. Fano groups helpless; they have no defense. They don't know. They have no strategy, by the way. No one has strategy to counter these drones. Only strategy is that you should not expose yourself to the drones. You should not provide the other side with the intelligence about your movement. Basically, there are no anti-drone weapons in possession of Ethiopian armed groups. But since Mere Wodajo mentioned drones more than twice in his interview, that just shows that drones could be a problem for Fano groups. Let's see how Fano groups tackle this challenge from the military. Secondly, Oromia region of Ethiopia, where now, according to government, a decisive operation against the Oromo Liberation Army has started. Though I don't agree with that, because I don't agree with this announcement that it has happened, that a major operation is underway. I've been telling you that as long as military is trapped in the Amhara region, it won't launch any new operation, big operation in Oromia. Why? Because military would be overstretched. Military cannot fight on multiple fronts. So, and I have no, by the way, information about large-scale mobilization of Ethiopian military resources in the Oromia region. Have you heard of any drone strike in the Oromia region? I have not heard of any drone strikes. At least 2 days ago, we heard some rumors, but no confirmation. Have you heard about large-scale movement of military in Oromia? No. Hailu Adugna is Oromia regional government spokesperson, and he claimed that a new decisive operation against OLA has been launched. He criticized OLA. He said the government tried to resolve the conflict through dialogue, but the other side is not interested in dialogue. So, conflict in Oromia is set to continue. That is what everyone can see and predict. But I don't see a major operation against OLA in Oromia. There could be small scale attacks, skirmishes, small scale operation by military to ensure that OLA does not expand, it does not move towards Addis Ababa. But large scale operation with siege of Oromia region, with involvement of regional forces, neighboring countries, is not possible at this point of time. It can only happen if military uh, decreases its deployment in Amhara, or if there is any reconciliation between military and Fano fighters. I don't think the military can fight on both fronts, Oromia and Amhara. Then why is the government is saying, why is the government saying that it has launched a major operation against OLA? Well, a government wants to create balance, or it wants to create an impression that its approach towards Fano OLA is balanced, which is not, by the way. Government's approach towards OLA Fano is not balanced. Government wants to crush Fano. Maybe it's because government has tried several operations against OLA in the past too. So OLA fighters know how to survive, and government does not want Fano to be as strong as OLA is. Nip the evil in the bud. That is what some government officials say. I'm not saying that. When they talk about Fano, they say this is the time to crush Fano. Fano could turn into another OLA for the people, for the forces of the for the country. So this is the time to crush Fano. Maybe that is why no large-scale operation against OLA has been launched. But against Fano, large-scale operation ongoing to crush Fano, drone strikes, etc. Though so far on the ground, we're seeing that Fano fighters still managing to survive. Can they continue their resistance? That message. There was Somalia, where more than 30 years ago, an arms embargo was imposed. So Somalia was not able to raise military, it was not able to procure weapons. Somalia had to rely on neighboring countries, other countries, for the training and arming of its soldiers. Somalia soldiers were trained in Turkey, in Britain too, and recently Eritrea played a key part. Eritrea is still training Somalia's military, Somalia's naval, air, ground forces are being trained in Eritrea. Hassan Sheikh visited thrice. He visited Eritrea thrice since he took office. A big demand from the Somalia's government has been lifting of arms embargo. UN Security Council 2 days ago lifted arms embargo on Somalia. Somalia now can acquire, purchase weapons for its forces. And obviously, Somalia will have to ensure that weapon shipments don't end up in the hands of Al Shabaab fighters. Al Shabaab in control of still large territories of the country. So, Somalia can now procure weapons. From which countries will Somalia buy weapons? From Arab countries, from Russia, from China, from Europe. That will see. Arab countries have, Middle Eastern countries, they have significant presence in Somalia. While Somalia now has permission to raise military, to arm military, what will Somaliland do? Somaliland claims to be a country, unrecognized country. Will now Puntland, Mogadishu relations get better? Will Somaliland rethink its demand for secession? Because Somalia can raise a military now. Somaliland cannot raise military. It cannot purchase weapons. Let's see how this uh, lifting of arms embargo plays out. And which country will have more penetration in Somalia? If Somalia manages to raise military, which neighboring country will have more influence in Somalia? Eritrea obviously is new ally of Somalia. Middle Eastern countries too, maybe some European countries too. China, Russia, nowhere to be seen in Somalia, it seems. Thank you for watching.